everyone. So welcome to tonight. I'm really excited to be here because we all come here each month to kind of take our business to the next level. And Gina has been amazingly generous with her time for me in getting my head on right. So I had an aha moment, and Jihan's like, "That's it. You have to do the business presentation." So I'll share with you what has happened. About in May, so it's September meeting in May. I came up here in front of you and was all excited. Silver in 3 months, woohoo! Very exciting, and I was pumped. I achieved silver. I started in October. By May, I was silver, and I was so excited to be in that position and to be in that role, helping lots of people, huge downline, and really wanted to see prosperity and health for as many people as I could. And then a couple of things happened. In 1 week, very soon after that, in 1 week, I hit the car in front of me. I got a ticket for going through, in the mail, I got a ticket for going through those click light thingies. And I got going through a stop sign. I got stopped by the police for going through a stop sign, who told me, congratulations, I was the fastest person going through a stop sign that day. And that was all in the same week. So I was talking to Gina, and I was talking a million miles a minute, and I'm like, and I think, I don't know, I think maybe I need to slow down a little bit, but I can't because this happened this week. And she's like, yeah, you need to do something different. So what she said is, you're gonna need to slow down in order to speed up. And I was doing all of the right things, but all of a sudden it felt like I was pushing a ball uphill the whole time. And it had gone from being a tremendous amount of work, but relatively flowing easily for me to get to that point. But all of a sudden, I just felt like I could not push this ball up this hill anymore, and that there were a lot of obstacles coming in my way. So I really had to stop. Jihan said, think of personal development and start looking at what's happening with you, because it's not anything you're doing, it's within you. Which, if you don't know Jihan, you might take that personally. So I started going back. I thought back to a time when everything flowed easily for me. And when I was 29 years old, I was an elementary school teacher, and I had a lot of professors and teachers come to my classroom, and I decided to take a year leave to train teachers and to do staff development. And I went into my principal's office and I said, so I'd like to take a year's leave of absence. And she's like, well, what are you going to do for money? I said, well, I'll be doing staff development. I have some of that lined up, and then I'll also be teaching at a university. And my principal, who was always very supportive of me, actually laughed in my face and said, you're 29 years old, you've been teaching for 6 years, you don't have a doctorate, no university in the world would consider you. And the thing was that didn't bother me, which is weird, right? But I just knew that I would be a professor, and I knew that I would be a professor then, and I don't know why, I just felt that I would. And it was my means to affecting the greatest number of students. And so I then went about my business. I lived my life. I kept moving in the direction of my goals. I was enrolled in another graduate program. I was doing tons of staff development. And on New Year's Eve, I got a phone call from a professor at Hofstra, a department head, and said, we want you to come interview. We heard of your reputation. We have some positions for teaching, and we want you to come and interview for a professorship for graduate students. I'm like, okay, are you available? Yeah, and I went in on New Year's Eve to go interview with them, and then when I walked in, I said, well, here's what I have in mind for textbooks for the class, and I pulled out, and she's like, oh, those are the textbooks the other professors are using. Okay, so I clearly knew what I was doing. I had already had a curriculum in my mind of what I would teach, and actually the actual course that I would teach was that I had prepared for was the actual course that I would teach. So I taught at Hofstra for 10 years, teaching 2-3 graduate classes for 10 years, and had a ball doing it and loved it. So that flowed easily for me, and a big part of that was this personal development work that I had done previously. So a lot of the personal development stuff that's in our training center, which take a look at what's in there, it's chock full of information, go back to those books that are in the training center for personal development. I had them already, I had read them already. And I even remember saying to Gina at one point, oh, I did that stuff already, which she must have internally laughed because it's something that you continually need to do. And I stopped doing it. I was focused on being the best mother I could, and I really stopped focusing on career as something that I really wanted to go further with until Young Living came along. So everything that comes into your life, you are attracting into your life, and it's attracting to you by the images you're holding in your mind. Visualization, visualization, visualization. I imagine myself in front of students. I imagine myself as a professor. I just imagined that. I knew that it would happen. I also imagined every presentation I did. I imagined the audience clapping for me. I imagined what I would say and how brilliant I was and how they'd laugh at me. I did all of that at night before I went to bed. Wayne Dyer talks of this extensively, of how important it is what you say right before you go to bed, how important that is ingraining in your mind as to what you want in your life. When you wake up, when you go to bed, two most important points and times to really visualize what it is you want in your life. So okay, so personal development, what is it? It includes all of this stuff. And it just basically has to do with making you a better person. Pretty cool that we get to do this, that we have to do this to get better at network marketing. We have to do this to grow our business. So I love that it's built in to that I have to do this work in order to grow my business, but meanwhile, it's just making me just feel more comfortable in my own shoes and love who I am just a little bit more. So Rhonda, in The Secret, Rhonda Byrne, if you haven't read this book, you need to. It's also a free movie. You can get it online. It won't go on your iPad, but you can download it on your computer. It's a movie that is fantastic. The book's a little different. And it's all about the law of attraction. So the law of attraction is whatever you are drawing into mind, whatever you're thinking of, whatever you think about comes drawn into your life. Not quite so simple. It is a little deeper than that. You really need to feel it in your body, from the bottoms of your toes to the top of your head. You need to visualize it. What does it look like? What does it feel like? And aligning what your life's purpose is with these thoughts, with this vision of what your goals are, is what's going to draw these things into your life. So a big part of this is gratitude. I thank my God every day, whatever your belief system is, the universe, your inner self, your whatever your belief system is. I thank the universe for all the good that I have, and I'm becoming more and more grateful for the small things, making room for more great things to come into my life. One of the things that I have been manifesting and asking the universe to provide me with is to be surrounded by helpful people. And that's something through Young Living that is really been such a joy, to be surrounded by so many helpful people. The power of writing down your goals. So if you're going to have this secret and you're going to attain your goals, you need to know what they are. And you need to be specific. And it's really hard figuring out what you actually want, what you're actually looking for. It's not as easy as you think. And you need to be very, very specific. Putting dates down, putting times down. So Richard Bliss talks about how much more powerful it is to write down your goals, not just keep it in your head, but write it down. I love, Gina Thomas told me this, I don't know if that was someone else's quote, but she said, until you write it down, at Kelly's vision board party that we went to, she said, until you write it down, it's a fantasy. She said, writing it down brings earth to your goals. So is that your quote, or did someone else say it? It's genius.
Sure many people.
It's genius. David Schwartz talks about surrendering to the goal. So you have a goal, as I had a goal to be a professor, but I left it there. I just knew the universe would provide it for me, and I left it there. I didn't have to keep pushing that ball up the hill. It came to me. And that is truly the law of attraction, having that faith with no evidence. And this was also true for me in part of my healing work, of having two conditions that I was able to heal from, incurable conditions that would never go away. A huge part of it was every single day, I am happy, I am healthy, I feel terrific, and really visualizing what would that look like, what my organs would look like that were healthy, and what my organs would look like that were happy. So asking and letting go, just believing that it is coming your way. So here's something. I know what abundance feels like. Knowing what it feels like. People are challenged by this. Knowing what it feels like in your body. Do you know if you are not in a financially secure place, do you know what it feels like to be financially abundant? If you are sick, do you know what it feels like to be well, to have a physically well body? So this is pretty key. So fake it till you make it. Say it. Start visualizing it. Start thinking of what that looks like to have abundance in health, in all aspects of your life, in your finances, in your fitness, in your family life, your faith, your friends, all of those aspects. So affirmations. So writing your goals as affirmations. I like to write my goals as affirmation as if you already have it in your life. I thank you for this. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I am so thankful. I thank you for my boss at the gym not giving me more yoga classes. I know that must be because you're opening a path. I need more time to focus on my Young Living business. That's so cool. I really wanted that. I thought I'd get more hours. No, thank you. I'm really grateful for it. So becoming grateful for those things and seeing them as opportunities. I'm extraordinarily grateful for my sicknesses because I never, ever would have gotten involved in helping people to heal. I was in education. I was getting my doctorate in education. I had nothing to do with health and wellness. But my sicknesses led me in this direction and to really living my life's purpose, helping people to be well physically and mentally. So I'm so grateful for that. Expressing your gratitude helps to allow that joy to come into your life, to allow more goodness to come into your life. It's almost like you need to empty that bucket before you can allow more good stuff to come in. So expressing gratitude as a way of life is really important. And so vision board and life script. So there's tons written about this. I won't talk extensively about it, but vision board. A vision board, oak tag, trifold board, whatever it is, it's visuals. It's pictures. Pictures that evoke emotion, dates, words, whatever your goal is. So gold by such and such a date, silver by such and such a date. I wrote on my vision board, I easily maintain gold. It's not just that I want it easy. I would really like no effort for this to happen, and thank you. And so that's part of my affirmations and part of my conversation. So having a vision board, and doing this with your families, by the way, doing it with the kids. I'm absolutely going to do this with my kids. They're going to kill me, but they need to do it. They need to start planning their life. Anyone who's successful talks about how they've had goals. People that are successful have goals. People that are successful visualize their success. Top athletes always visualize the goal. All of these authors speak about starting with the end first. What is it that you want? What do you want? What fires you up may not be what fires me up. It may not. It may have nothing to do with it. And so you need to decide what is it that fires you up, and is it in alignment with your life's purpose? So that's like a big question, right? Like, why am I here? Like, that's a biggie. What is your life's purpose? Why are you here? And is what you're doing in alignment with achieving that life's purpose? And so this is two ways. One is the vision board, and another way is the life script. So the life script, which I wrote when Gina told me to in October, and then lost it, and didn't do what she said, which was to read it every day, so it became a little more difficult. So I found my life script book with my lovely pictures. Every picture has the ocean in it and the beach in it, I wonder. And so writing down your life script, what does it look like? What does your ideal life look like? And looking at what do you look like? What do you like physically? Who are you surrounded with? Who are the people? So I love the ULA guys. Come to the ULA cruise. If you haven't heard them speak, they're amazing, amazing. They're so full of life and energy. I've heard them 2 or 3 times now, and I want to like take them home. Like I feel like they're my friends. But they're wonderful, and they really have a lot to say about how to, in a very simple, straightforward, easy way that you can digest. So they talk about dividing your life into 7 areas. The 7 F's: faith, family, fun, finances, the field, which is your work, your school, friends, and fitness. And so you can divide your life script in that way, or whatever way makes sense for you. You can divide it however you want, but thinking of the different areas of your life and what does each area look like. Am I talking too quickly? Okay. So how is your life script? What is it? What does it look like? So here's more detail that would be in the vision board, where you're really going to write out, each day I enjoy great health. Each day I am so grateful for the opportunity to share wellness and prosperity opportunities with others. That's we're in a business meeting, so I'm focusing on the business aspect, but I could totally go into the whole family thing. My girls are healthy and happy. My girls, I send them with love each day that I am so grateful that you have given my girls excellent discernment. I am so grateful that you are surrounding my children with helpful people that love and respect them. I am so grateful. So it just goes on and on, the gratitude that we can express, speaking it into their life, speaking it into their heart, and speaking it into mine. And it increases your vibrational frequency, right? So everything is energy. We think happy thoughts. Guess what? Our vibrational frequency increases. We think negative thoughts, it decreases our vibrational frequency. So just by changing your thoughts, you can become healthier. Increased vibrational frequency, increased health. Decreased vibrational frequency, and you'll have less health. So what are your thoughts? I can kind of like tell people now, like by their Facebook posts, what their vibrational frequency is. Anyone else here? Like you see, like does it seem like there's a black cloud over the same people all the time? Sorry about that, but it's not. It has nothing to do with the black cloud. It's actually what they're drawing into their life by their, oh me, here it goes again. Wouldn't you know? So what we say and what we think matters. So take it and make it what you want it to be. Make it positive. All right, so Jessica's daily affirmation. We don't have video and we don't have audio, so I can't show it to you, but it's so cute. So if you who's seen this video, it's a 4-year-old girl. She's standing in front of a mirror. Her name is Jessica. So if you look up Jessica's daily affirmation, she's 4 years old. It's 54 seconds. She's standing on top of the mirror in her bathroom, and she is looking in the mirror, and she says, I love my hair, I love my Amanda, I love my aunt, I love my father, I love my life, I love my whole house. And she's looking in the mirror, and with her whole body, you can see in every cell of her body, she is expressing gratitude and drawing good things into her life. Looking at yourself in the mirror and speaking those affirmations. Everybody, do you wake up and look in the mirror and tell yourself how awesome you are? It's pretty key. It's pretty key. Waking up and looking in that mirror and telling yourself how beautiful and wonderful you are from the bottom of the feet to the top of your head. Mistakes and flaws and all. I love you. This is key. It's key to moving to the next step in your life. So looking in that mirror as Jessica does, and if you look at the video, so you can go to YouTube, Jessica's Daily Affirmation, and it's so cute. Esther Hicks talks about being in the vortex. So this girl, you can see she feels it in every part of her body. That's how you want to feel when you're making any business transactions. So if you're not in that space, if you're not in that vortex of that feeling that you're doing your life's purpose, that you are fired up, you are going to have possibly not as great as results if you're in a negative place. So at one point when I was pushing that rock up the hill like Paul Gehan, and she's like, I said, I have mailers here, I'm going to send them out to my whole downline. And she's like, no. She's like, do not touch those letters right now. She said, go and do the personal work, do the personal development, because you need to send those letters out when you are in a positive frame of mind and when you feel like you are, she didn't use the words, but basically it was that when I would be in that positive framework and in that vortex. So I wish you much health, wealth, abundance, and all good things.